Buddy, what is up, and welcome to Rock Gamer. And I want to talk a bit about the tragic news today of David Bowie passing away. Definitely, arguably, one of the most influential, musicians in the history of music. I think when you think of Lennon and McCartney, Bowie is up there too. And I have to be honest. Before I played Rock Band, I never really knew much about David Bowie or even knew his music that well. The first David Bowie song I ever heard was "Heroes," which was in the intro to NHL '99. I don't know if you guys remember. Like I don't play sports games anymore, but back when I was a kid, all the sports games, like whether it was football or hockey, would always have like intros where they'd show like real clips of the sport you were playing. And I guess as time went on, that became less cool. But I always loved that. Heroes would always play at the intro to NHL '99. And being in Canada, it's actually mandatory. You have to play the NHL series if you're a gamer, at least until grade 12 or so. And then, years went on, and then I started to notice Rock Band. I remember E3 2007, they debuted Rock Band, and one of the songs was Suffrage City by David Bowie, and I'd never heard that song, and I was like, and, that was honestly one of my favorite songs in Rock Band 1 that was on disc. I remember the first time playing it. I think a lot of people who've never heard the song before probably can relate to this. You know how that song is like, okay, you play it and like it ends around like the 3 or 4 minute mark, and then you're like, okay, I'm done it. And if you're a drummer, you'll start hitting the pads, and I'm like, oh shit, I just realized there's still more of the song left because there's like a rest and then a break, and then the song starts up again. And that was my real first introduction to David Bowie's music properly, I guess you could say. And because I never knew Heroes was sung by him, but I remember later on, Rock Band 1 had a David Bowie song on disc. Rock Band 3 had a David Bowie song on disc. Lego Rock Band had Let's Dance. Remember Lego Rock Band, but it was one of the few Rock Band games where they actually had avatars of real musicians. So they had like David Bowie, they had Iggy Pop, they had Brian May, and I think Freddie Mercury from Queen. And I always wonder, like, I wonder how those musicians felt about being, immortalized in those games, especially David Bowie. That was one of the few things I liked about Lego Rock Band. The other thing I wanted to say is, too, we also had a Queen pack released, and Under Pressure was a song David Bowie guest starred on, along with Freddie Mercury and the band Queen. And that is by far one of the best harmony songs ever existed in Rock Band's DLC library. If you guys don't have Under Pressure and you love harmonies, you need to pick that song up. It's easily one of the best rock and roll songs of all time and a great harmony song. And then we also had a pack, I think it was a 5 or 6 pack released when Rock Band 3 came out. And that 5 pack, I have to be honest, is one of my favorite packs of DLC that's come out. Especially for somebody who didn't really know David Bowie's music. That pack is just so much fun, and I love it not because like the drums or anything too crazy. It's just that the music is so good that you're just jamming to that awesome song, and then you're also having a blast playing it because it's also a reasonably fun song to play. So I think definitely if you guys are looking for some new DLC to go pick up, go check out the David Bowie songs. It's definitely opened up my eyes to music that I had never seen before. And I really want to thank Harmonix for releasing that stuff. Because, we've got about 11 David Bowie songs in total released. And it's kind of funny, when Rock Band 1 first came out, one of the first pieces of DLC we had was like a couple songs from David Bowie. We had like Heroes, which is I think a cover. We had Moonage Daydream, and then we had another David Bowie song. And it's kind of funny. I think 2 of those songs are covers, like back during the era when Harmonix would do covers and release those as DLC songs. And I think maybe the reason was they couldn't get the licensing rights to those songs, or maybe just the masters didn't exist. And I guess that's my 2 cents on it. I definitely love the guy's music. I hope we see more of his music. I encourage you guys, if you guys want to see more David Bowie, go request it at the Rock Band website. And talking about customs, it's kind of funny. There's only one David Bowie custom I can think of, and that was I'm Afraid of Americans. The song they did back in the 90s, I think with Trent Reznor. He's trying to go for like more of an industrial sound. I don't recall seeing any more, David Bowie customs than that. But I want to know, you guys, what do you guys make of the news today? What are some of your favorite David Bowie songs to play in Rock Band? Mine, I just have to say Young Americans. I love Fame. That's one of my favorite ones too. There's so many to name. I love Suffrage City as well. I'm waiting until we get the Rock Band 1 expert to enjoy that song again. So comment below, guys. Let me know. And subscribe for the latest rhythm gaming news. Take care.